Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by the head football coach at Adrian College. Of course, I'm talking about Jim Deere. How's it going?
Going great. Thanks, Casey.
So kind of just talk about what this offseason has been like for you. Now, of course, just kind of talk about what the last few months have been like with everything going on.
Yeah, obviously, we had went through spring practice and conditioning and lifting, and things went really well. We had a couple of guys coming off of injuries from last year that kind of put them behind a little bit, but everything looks to be lining up for them, and it's been great off season so far.
Yeah. So can you really take away anything from spring practices getting ready for the upcoming year? And it's like, what are the biggest things that you notice while during those practices?
Well, you kind of look at team chemistry and things like that, and how you're getting a response out of some of the younger guys and moving into leadership roles, trying to define who those leaders are and who your captains are going to be in the upcoming season. Other than that, you deal with a lot of installation at our level. It's not, you don't get any real physical contact. You get a little bit of one-on-one stuff, but for the most part, it's installing and putting everybody on the same page and creating that team chemistry throughout the off season.
Okay, so I know it's early right now, but are there some names that people might not be familiar with just yet? For people not familiar with the program, who are some names that maybe are going to make a big impact this season?
Well, we were pretty good up front, I think, on both sides of the ball. I think that if you look at it, that's going to be our strength going into next year. Probably the biggest name that a lot of people won't know is Shea LaRue. He ended up transferring to us last year, played in about 4.5 games until he tore his labrum, and he also tore his ACL. So he had to have both surgeries in the offseason. At that point, he was leading our team in sacks and tackles for loss, and it was a big loss for us last season. I think if you kind of look at him, he's got All-American potential, and we're real excited to see him healthy and being able to go right out the gate.
Yeah. You look at I know the schedule just came out not too long ago of course you're playing some pretty local opponents as well, of course the conference schedule, and then it all starts at when you guys head on down to Elmhurst. What's that going to be like to kick off the season down there?
That's going to be fun. Anytime you can do it overnight and travel to a big city, it's good for our guys. You get that feel of team camaraderie when you're on the road and doing overnights, things like that. It'll be the first time that I think we've ever played them at Adrian College. First meeting ever. If I can span back, I've been here a long time. I've been here over 30 years, and I know over that time I never remember playing Elmhurst. So it should be fun. A different opponent than we've had in the past, and we're excited to get started.
So in these next few months before camp gets started, I know there's still some things that you're still trying to work out and do. So what's on the agenda really for the next few months to get ready for the upcoming season when camp starts?
Sure, a lot of it's all your logistics, just getting everything organized and ready for camp. Then you kind of move into the phase where the kids are doing workouts on their own through our strength and conditioning coach. Everything's kind of posted for them to kind of follow. We can't have really any contact with them as far as that goes, but report date will be on August 9th. So leading up to that, it's just getting everything ready to go and making sure that we've got everything covered moving into camp, and the 10th will be our first practice.
Yeah. So going into this season, what do you feel like what do you feel like the expectations are for this team, and what do you feel like you need to see really out of this team to make a big run?
Yeah, like I mentioned, the fronts are going to be the big thing. We have 3 starters coming back in our offensive line. Nate Bennett, Jack Cecilia, and Simon. They'll be, those three guys are all back. We've done well in the transfer portal. We believe we've got a starter at center, be a grad transfer out of Bowling Green. We're looking forward to, putting him in there and seeing how that goes. In the defensive front, we've got three starters back as well. Mentioned Shea LaRue, but defensive tackle Randall Broom and defensive end Manny Cole all have a lot of experience throughout the last few years. So up front, we expect to be able to dominate up front. And, we've got some kids in other places and skilled positions that, we've been really good. Our H-back was a two-time all-league kid coming back. He'd be a fifth-year guy using his COVID year this year. Tyler Poirier, he's outstanding. I think he's the best that we've probably had in a long time at that position. Transfer tight end. We're going to be big up front, especially in the offensive line. I think we'll average probably about 320 pounds and about 6'3". So probably as big a front as we've had in a long time.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, Jim, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck this season. We'll check in with you throughout the year.
Sounds good. Thanks, Casey.